Today, we're going to be talking about how you can leverage your book as a coach and a consultant, not only to attract clients, but also to get to that bag. That's all coming up next with my special guest in just a second. Yo, welcome back. My name is LV, and this is the LVTV Podcast, where we talk all things content, clients, and cash flow for the profit and impact focused coaches and consultants. And I have a very special guest with us today. I'm pumped up to have, when you a bald brother and you got a little bit of beard, you wear glasses, you think nobody else can relate to the struggle of having to shave every day or every other day. People don't understand the struggle of hygiene and keeping this all fresh and nice, which mine kind of look a little scruffy, but leave me alone. I did try to go to the barbershop today, but I have Kelly Cole with us today. The brother, all-headed like me, as you can see. The brother has the shades, the glasses, and the facial hair like me. We could pass off as cousins almost.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So, Kelly, what's up, man?
What's up, man? Glad to be here, my brother. But yeah, you're right, bro. It's like the older I get, the faster my hair grows, and keeping up with this bald look, bro. It's a lot. They don't get it.
They don't get. And then here's the thing, especially with hairlines, right? You're like, where was this energy at when I was trying to say the hairline?
Exactly.
Well, I'm pumped up, man. So, Kels, real quick, let's jump straight into this conversation, right?
Sure.
We're talking about how to leverage your book as a coach or consultant. Before we get into those details, what was the moment that you had where you was like, yo, I really want to work with authors to really publish their books and really monetize it and leverage it for them, for not only for their business, but for their personal brand? Like, what was that moment for you?
Yeah, man. So I had just came out of a situation where I was almost homeless, man. And I was working at Walmart and Blockbuster and quit both of those jobs when I figured out I just wanted to, start a business on the internet, and quit my jobs. I had one product on the internet, making only $25 a week. And so I went a whole year, bro, without being able to pay rent. And me and my family almost ended up homeless. It was when ABC introduced the TV show Shark Tank. I fell in love with the show.
Yeah,
I started writing. I started taking notes from the show, and one of my friends my notes, and they checked them out and they said, yo, this will make a great book and you should interview the sharks. And I said, never thought about that. That's a great idea. Interviewed the sharks. I emailed all of them. The only one hit me back was Barbara Corcoran. We hit it off so well. I was like, Barbara, will you mind helping me get an interview with Damon? And she was like, of course. So she put me and Damon in the group text. She said, hey, get this guy an interview. He's a great guy. And I interviewed Damon. I took my notes along with those two interviews and made my first book, and it became a #1 Amazon bestseller. And before you know it, my inbox was flooded with people asking me how I did it. And the one that stuck out the most was this 16-year-old girl who was blind.
What?
Her mom hit me up. Yep. Her mom hit me up and says, hey, my daughter has this idea for a book. Can you help her? And I was like, sure, I can help her. So we went through the process, bro. She wrote a book called Fairy Sight. Okay. This is the moment that changed my life. And I knew this is what I was put on earth to do. I remember I got her proof copy in the mail. I drove to meet her and her mom, and I handed it to her. And she just touched it, and she asked her mom what it looked like. And her mom described to her the fairy and described to her the emerald that was in her hand and the mountains and everything that she described that she wanted it to look like. And the tears just began to roll down her face.
Wow.
I knew this was what I was put on earth to do, bro.
Bro. Okay. And I know you tell that story. I knew about the Blockbuster. I knew about the $25 joint. I don't think I knew about Walmart, but
yeah, I
didn't know about the sharks. And I've interviewed Damon John as well. Wow. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was the moment. And then it was just one after the other, man. When I hand them that book, they cry. And it's like they're giving birth to their baby. You know what I mean? Like, most people don't know, like, writing a book and actually holding it in your hand, it's a birthing process. Like, you're giving birth to something. And most of y'all experiencing labor pains right now. That baby is overdue. It's kicking. You need to get that mug out. Don't shout me down when I'm preaching good.
I'm gonna let you. Hey, I'm gonna let you talk directly to me right now. It's okay. I'll take the brunt. I'm up front. No, I appreciate it. I do need to finish my book too. We'll talk about that afterwards, but I didn't want to take too much of your time. So let's dive into this, right? Coaches and consultants and service providers, how can they really leverage their book? Or if they, and we're talking to people who may have a book, or are we talking with people who are fresh, they're getting ready to start the process? Who do you typically work with?
Yeah, let's start. I typically work with the people who know that they need a book but don't have it and haven't actually taken the time to write the book, but they know they need one. And I want to start off with this quote right here. Being a coach, a speaker, or consultant without a book is like being a business without a cash register.
Ooh.
I'm going to hit you in the head right with that. That's like being a business with no cash register. The book is the new business card. It's just a big business card. It's a marketing tool that's going to open up doors. And I guarantee it. I'm going to give you one of my recent case studies. Here's a guy, been speaking. His name is Monty Sanders. He had been speaking. He's a personal trainer, speaker, life coach, all of the whole thing. Been connected to the Ravens organization for over 25 years because he was as a personal trainer of Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and all of that stuff.
Oh, wow. That's my favorite team, by the way, of all time.
He comes to me. We do his book. We interview him. We write the book. The book peaks at number 2 on the bestsellers list. The Ravens not only make his book the book of the month, right? They purchase, I don't know how many they purchased. They purchased the book in bulk order for everybody in the organization. And hired him to do some facility training and some speaking. Now he's been connected to this organization for over 25 years. They never hired him to do anything else other than train.
Man, that's deep.
So
that's deep, bro.
Yeah, so you got to think about that. The book opens up doors. Same thing. So he was the same person before he actually had the book.
That's what I'm saying. Like no different.
Same person. Been around the organization. Everybody knew him. The book just opens up doors. And you ever seen did you play sports?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So you had a head coach, right?
Yeah.
All right. Did you have a playbook?
Yeah.
I've never met a coach without a book. So how you calling yourself a coach and you don't even have a playbook? They don't know your plays. They can't run your plays. That's how you're going to indoctrinate your people who you're wanting to coach into your philosophy. That's your play. Look at it as your playbook. And I guarantee you, most of you, your book is already done. You just don't even know it. If you have any type of free training out there, if you've done any type of speaking, you can transcribe that and that can become your book.
Man, all right, Kelly. All right, bro. I'm finishing my book this week. All right. Well, it's done. It's actually now I just got to edit it. So how can we leverage this? But now we hear that story, but give us three tips, 3 steps, or whatever, how to actually leverage this book. I got an idea. I know I need to write this book. I just heard you say this amazing story, and you made it very plain. You just hit us in the forehead, right? What's the steps now
to writing it? So the first thing is to decide. Well, like I said, if you're a coach, you already know what your topic is, or you know what your niche, right? So what is your book going to be about?
Being social on social media, the relationship first framework to growing your business online.
Okay, so what's the first step? You started with an outline, right?
Yep, started with the outline. Yep.
Exactly.
Started with my outline, and I did a little writing and sent it off to someone. They told me what I need to change. I need to make those changes. Then I'm gonna send it back to the editor.
Okay, so that's where you start. You know who you're talking to. You start with an outline. You start writing, or you start speaking it. Point blank period. Once it's done, you come to a person like me, or we can write the whole thing for you. But to leverage the actual book, you'll be surprised by simply, I have a guy, right? He came to me, same thing. He just had an idea for a book. He had a title, kind of like yourself.
Yeah.
He didn't even have a vision for the cover or anything, right?
Yeah.
All we did was post the cover up, and I got the social proof. He posted the cover on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
He got 4 speaking engagement before he actually even wrote a single word just from posting the cover. So it's just simply sharing the fact that you have a book and letting people know, hey, you're going to leverage this by opening up the doors. I'm telling you, I got the proof. Simply sharing the book and the book cover, you're going to open up doors and get speaking engagements. You're going to get clients that's interested in the book. And I challenge any coach that's writing a book or speaker, make sure you have a call to action at the end of the book.
Yeah.
Offer
Definitely.
them to come to your, look at it as a lead generator to get
Yep.
people into your funnel, because what you really want to sell them is your coaching.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
promise you.
I'm with you on that. That's where I'm at. And it's so, man, bro. I don't know if you just, I just really just posted a rough draft of the cover of my book at the
I didn't
time of
see it.
recording this. I just put it on like Twitter and Instagram on the story joints.
Wow, I can't wait to see it. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm gonna tell you how to leverage that. Okay. So another practical thing, how you can leverage that. Once your book is done, right? You know who your ideal clients are, correct?
Right.
You know who potential people who can book you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I would say you do. If you're a coach or consultant, you want to leverage your book to either get speaking engagements or more coaching clients. Let me ask you a question. When you come home, right? Say if you're coming home from work or coming home from the store or the gym or whatever, and you come to your porch and there is a package, right? Even if you didn't order anything, and you see that Amazon logo on it, how do you feel?
Excited.
You get excited, you get that
I-
warm and
I-
fuzzy feeling, right?
yeah, I get like anxious is the word in a good way.
In a good way. So it's like Christmas all over again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine if you mailed your book out to potential clients and customers or people who can book you to speak.
Mm.
They're going to get that warm and fuzzy feeling. Just mail them the book,
Mm.
right? So instead of mailing postcards, a lot of coaches, consultants, they're wasting their time getting 4x6 glossies and mailing postcards or giving out business cards. Guess what? They're going to throw it away every time. Guess what? People, we don't throw away books. I guarantee you, when you move all of those
Mhm.
books behind you, they're going to go in the box and they're going to go to your next destination,
Yes.
including the ones you've never read, right?
Yes.
Even if they don't make it to your next destination, you're going to take them to Goodwill or Salvation Army, right?
Right.
Exactly. But guess what? We don't throw away books. And every time someone looks at that book, who they're going to think about? They're going to think about you.
Man, listen, don't get me excited here. All right. Don't get this black man excited about this book. This may be the kick in the butt I need it right here.
This is what you needed, bro. I'm telling you. So just imagine, so one of the ways you can leverage it is actually mailing your book out to potential clients and potential customers. Just mailing them the book. I'll tell you one of the ways that I used to get well, I still do this, right? I'm gonna give y'all some game. All right.
Ooh, let's do it. Hey, LVTV Podcast
This
exclusive.
is
Pew, 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 pew,
this is an
pew.
exclusive. I don't think I've ever shared this with anybody, right?
Yeah.
So what I used to do is I would actually mail potential clients a book, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I would put their picture on it, put their face on the book,
What do you
right?
mean by that?
So say like the inside of the book would be a sales letter. It'd be about my company. I just transcribed my free video, right?
Mm-hmm.
The outside of it would be their face
As a book cover?
as the book cover. It would just be a proof though. It wouldn't be a mass produced. It would be a
Right.
special one of one that I would ship to them. Why? To get them as a client. Yes, this could be your book, this could be your big business cover, and that's all the inside said, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you can use the same thing for yours, not putting their face on it, but just mailing them an actual book with a personalized note on it, autographed to them, and sending them the book. So I said that to say, figure out how you can package something and personalize it and send it to your potential client or customer. And that's a way you can leverage your book.
So Kelly, you're giving us a lot of game, a lot of strategic game. And I imagine, folks are listening to this already. If they're primed and ready to really take action, they like, I need what he's saying. Right.
Right.
We're gonna talk about how they can connect with you later. But talk about the journey that you've seen your clients go through, right? They come in, they sign up. Like, what has been some of the successful signs and successful testimonies that you have with people who were besides the gentleman with the Ravens?
Yeah, so I mean, you don't have to be connected to an organization like that. I have a young lady who wrote a book about just sharing the trauma and how she overcame the trauma of her son passing away. And the title of her book was My Son Died, right?
Mm.
Same thing. She released the book. She got 3 speaking engagements within the week of releasing the book from organizations to speak to women about getting over trauma. She got another one with an organization who deals with parents who have lost, their children. That's one. Talk about the young lady who was born blind. She's actually on her 3rd book, just graduated college. Her
That's
mom sent me
crazy.
a picture of her degree. It's all in Braille. Um, I got a young man. Listen, and don't overthink this. I got a speaker and a coach who just created a journal. All right. And he did everything the opposite of what I told him to do. And he's still successful with the journal, right? All the inside of the journal is lines. The cover, he didn't even want a specialized cover. He got clip art on his cover. But every time he goes to speak, he sells at least 500 copies of this journal. And if I showed
Man.
it to you, you'd be like, how is he selling this? But they buy it because, think about this. When you go to an event,
Mhm.
most of the time you want to leave with a souvenir.
Right.
That's why I say, as a coach or a speaker, it's like not having a book is like not having a cash register, because you're leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table.
Man.
Period. Now, I want to go back to this. There's a young man that I published. He came to me, he was 18 years old. And he
Mhm.
says, hey, I got this devotional. He created a 31-day devotional.
Right.
Now, do the math. The book was about 35 pages.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
Stick with me.
Yeah.
Will Graham, who is, I think he's Billy Graham's either nephew. I don't know who exactly who he is with Billy Graham's network. They came here on tour. He
Yeah.
went down to the event handing out his 31-day devotional. Guess what? They took him on tour. He made a Facebook post that he was going to Hawaii from them, offering him giving out his free 31-day devotional.
So the book is that powerful to set you up for the next play.
The book is the key that unlocks the door to everything you have ever wanted. And that was his dream. All he wanted to do was travel the country and speak. Just from him getting his 31-day devotional done, he was able to go there and pass it out and give it away. He was able to go on tour with them. And I got social proof. You know, we don't just talk this.
Right.
I got the screenshots. You hit me
Yeah.
up, I got the screenshot. I can show you all of this stuff is legit. This is no cap. And these
Yeah.
are regular people who's doing this. So it's not, you don't have to be a celebrity. You don't have to be an expert. The book makes you an expert. Let me ask you this. How do you spell authority?
Authority.
All right. You can't spell authority without spelling author first.
Boy, you slick. I was waiting on it. I said, hold on. As soon as I spelled it, I said, author.
You can't spell authority without spelling author first.
Yeah. So that book is a game changer, right?
Say that one time.
So with the book being a game changer, here's my question. And this is me being selfish, right? I'm just going to do that. This is for me. How do you promote the book online without coming off salesy, if that makes sense?
Perfect. Great question. I love that you asked this question. And you know the answer. But I'm glad that you let me answer the question.
Yeah. Well, I know a little bit. I know what I would say, so I'm interested in what you would say.
Yeah. So how do you promote the book without being salesy? You create content related to your book, right?
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. Don't say buy my book, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. Create content, create valuable content, and post content. Answer questions related to your book. And there's nothing wrong with having a call to action at the end, but creating content in relation to your book, answering questions. That's it. Solving problems online. That's how you promote the book. Share quotes from your book. I always tell authors, share quotes from your book. Figure out what the top questions are from your potential audiences. Because I know that. I know my top question. The number one question I always get is how to start. That's the number one question. I want to write a book, but I don't know how to start. But if you pay attention to my content, I look at it as music. When you first hear a song on the radio, you don't like it. Sometimes, not all the time.
Right.
But most of the time you don't like it. But the more times you hear it, you begin to sing it and memorize the lyrics. Guess what? When people see me, because I sing the same song, guess what? When they see me, they sing in the song.
Man, that's a bar right there, bro. You just dropped a bar on folks, man.
You sing the same song till people start singing the song and learning your lyrics. That's how you.
Can I take that? Can I use that?
Oh, I took it too. Shout out to Marquell. He took it from somebody too.
Yeah. I'm gonna take that from you, bro, because that, especially with me working in radio, I know how the game of frequency plays. Bro, you listen. If y'all not already asking yourself, should you be following him on Instagram or Facebook or wherever? I think by now he's given enough value, at least for a follow. You know what I'm saying? At least for the follow, because I'm about to take
another one. Let me get them another one. Another thing that they can do, if you don't know what your top questions are, or if you're having trouble coming up with content for your book, how about this?
Yes.
There's a website called Answer the Public. You ever heard of it, bro?
Yes, sir.
You can go there and see what questions people are asking related to your topic that you even coach on. So how
Yeah.
can you use that? You can answer those questions in your book, and you can create social media content to promote your book. Just create videos, answer the questions via um, quote images. There's so many different ways you can use that site. Just find out the questions and answer the questions. Create content. That's so simple.
Man, dude, this was long. We should have had this conversation a long time. We should have had this long time ago, man. But no, I'm telling you, personally, I'm eating this up. Like I'm gonna make sure I go back and watch this, not just edit this, but go back and watch it so I can definitely take action and implement. So we've talked a lot about leveraging the book and the outcome, right? So I just want to ask you a couple things before we leave. But
Sure.
this is a two-piece here. What are the two mistakes we need to avoid and putting out and leveraging our books, right? So let's say, give me a mistake before the book is done and a mistake after the book is done.
Okay, before the book is done, I'll share the biggest mistake I made is not hiring a great editor. Okay.
Nice.
I literally, my first editor of my first book, that shark book, was terrible. And I
Mm,
trusted them. And my reviews were terrible. I had to go revise it and get another editor, but not hiring a great editor and actually going to a team, you know what I'm saying?
mhm,
So since then, of course, I developed my team and all of that, but not
mhm.
hiring a great editor,
Yeah.
number one, and trying to edit it yourself. And also not getting someone to do a professional cover for you. Like we always say, don't judge a book by its cover, but that's what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of things that the Bible say don't do that we do.
Right.
We judge books by their cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. So
Yeah.
invest in getting a great cover and a great editor. Those are the first things before the book. Now, after the book is don't make the mistake of just thinking that, hey, I'm going to post a picture of my book cover and then say, hey, buy my book. It's available on Amazon, and thinking people just going to buy your book.
Right. Right.
So not having a marketing strategy and a marketing plan to consistently create content and market the book. Those are two mistakes that I see people make.
Man, I'm like fired up, right? So here's another selfish question, and
Okay.
again, I'm not gonna hold you. What do you feel about audiobooks or creating them
Oh,
as a coach or consultant?
oh, love them. Definitely. You
Yeah.
should definitely leverage audiobooks because if you're a coach or consulting or you're an entrepreneur, you know how busy it is for you to sit down and actually read a book. So creating an audiobook will get more people to actually consume your content. I'll say that.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
Having a physical book
Yeah.
is going to get you a higher perceived of being that authority and that expert. It's just
Gotcha.
something about people seeing a tangible book and being able to hold it in their hand that transferred credibility and power, and then blows you up from there. Can I give them one more bar
Yeah.
before?
Man, you can listen, bro. I'm here. I'm here. Let's serve.
Okay. I ain't got nowhere to go. Listen to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So this is the disclaimer. So whatever your niche topic is or whatever you coach on, right? You
hmm
coach on social media, right?
hmm
Just as, I don't know if this is available.
hmm
This is just a little marketing trick. Okay. You
hmm
can go to GoDaddy.com, right?
hmm
Register the domain, the
hmm
book on social media. Okay.
mm
Why is that powerful? So you go to a networking event, right? And they say, hey, LV, what do you do? I wrote the book on social media. And they're like, get out of here. Now pull it up. Go to the bookonsocialmedia.com and it should take them to your book. That's a
Doing it
bar.
right now.
If they got it. So go to register the domain, the book on blank, and see if that's available and register it. If it's available, you should forward that to your book to send people to say, hey, I wrote the book on blank. I wrote the book on social media.
Bro, I'm doing this right now as we speak. On my mobile phone. Like for those who are listening to this podcast, you got to watch me actually do this, but I'm doing it like right now. Like I'm buying this domain if it's available.
Think about
Um,
how powerful is that? The book on website flipping, the book on writing books. I wrote the book on Kindle publishing. I wrote the book on um, just the different niches and the topics there are.
So what if I say, and I love Instagram is my jam, right? So the book on social media is available. I'm gonna buy that, and let's see if the book on Instagram is available.
If that's available, buy that too.
Yeah,
I wrote the book on Instagram, bro. Fire!
All right, hold on.
I just gave you bars.
But listen, and that's why after this, I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, both of them. Yeah, I'm buying these tonight. I'm buying them tonight.
You better buy those because somebody gonna jump on them.
Oh yeah, this ain't live. This ain't live. We don't. No.
Okay.
No. I'm buying this joint tonight. Both of them. I'm going to GoDaddy. And matter of fact, I'm going to my other place that I can get them cheaper than GoDaddy. So, but yeah.
I just say GoDaddy because most people.
Yeah. I got my little secret little stash of inexpensive domains. But no, listen. Let me say this to those who are watching and listening. First of all, thank you so much for listening to this podcast or watching. But please, man, please, sir, take action. Like he gave what I imagine he gives his clients that pay to get this type of information. He gave it to you guys for free, $99. It didn't cost you nothing but to listen, and it costs you nothing but to take action. But it can actually put some money into your pocket. Like I'm getting these domains. I'm about to get the book on everything, on any and everything I'm thinking about. Yeah. I'm about to just buy these domains even right now. So Kelly, man, I appreciate that, bro, man. Like for real. I knew you was a good dude. I knew we connected, but definitely a good dude for that, man. Because some folks want to give you fluff, and people that come here don't. But I'm just saying, I appreciate you keeping that heritage of people giving some like actionable advice that actually can get people results.
Man, it's abundance, man. You don't run out by giving, man. You can't beat God giving. And I don't want to preach, my brother.
Listen, don't get me started because church about to start here in just a second. I'm jumping on a church boy in about 30 minutes. We service with 35 minutes because, they got to play a song before we get on a Zoom. But, man, blessings to you, bro, and thank you for coming in, man. What's the best way for anyone who like, I've heard this. I need some help, man. Kelly, you the dude. I think you're the guy. How can they get in contact with you?
Yep. So if you want to write a book and learn how to leverage these things, I have a free case study. You can just go to bestsellercircle.com, enter your best email, check out the video, and then just schedule a call with me. There's a button to schedule a call. You get to talk to me, and we talk about how I can help you get this book out and leverage it to explode your coaching business.
Yo, listen, y'all better head over there right now. I'm not even going to ask you guys to subscribe to my podcast or any of that. What I'm asking you to do is do exactly what he said. Go click that link, and we'll make sure it's in the show notes for those who are looking or down in the description of this video. Again, this is the LVTV Podcast where we talk all things content, clients, cash flow for the profit and impact focused coaches and consultants. So if you guys have a book, you need to highlight Kelly ASAP. And this is part one. We're gonna do a part two. We definitely gotta do a part two because I want to dig in more into your story,
for sure,
but also more into what you want to share with the book. So we'll definitely make sure there's a part two. So with that being said, you guys have a great day and continue to be social on social media. That's the title of the book. Y'all don't know. And I should get a domain for that too, right?
Definitely.
Okay. Even though it's super long?
Yeah, even though it's super long, because people might search it. And you can always forward them all to the same place, actually.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Kelly, don't play with me today. Don't you dare get me started. I'm about to have like 5 domains for the end of the night. But thank you so much for that, man. Anything you want to say before we leave?
Man, just thank you for the opportunity, man. And like you said, if anybody want to check me out on social media, it's just at Mr. Kelly Cole. But I love giving, man. I love helping people, and my heart is to give, as you can see. So thank you again, man, for the opportunity.
Bruh, don't get me going, man. Don't even get me going, bro. First and foremost, since you did that,